Hello everyone, this is Professor Maloney and I'm your professor for the CGS2108 class at the North Campus of Miami-Dade College. This class meets 1 day per week and it's a long class though. It goes from 6 p.m. until 9:20 p.m. Now, this class is running under the MDC Live modality. And hopefully all of you know what that modality is, but just to make sure there's no confusion, you must attend class every week. Okay, you must. However, you're attending class remotely. Okay, so I'm in my home office here. You'll be at your apartment or your house or perhaps a library or perhaps one of the campus libraries at Miami-Dade College. But regardless, you have to be in class, okay? So I have set this 3-hour and 20-minute class up this way. From 6 p.m. until 8:20 p.m. every Wednesday, you must be in this Collaborate Ultra required class sessions link, okay, from 6 p.m. to 8:20 p.m. every Wednesday. The link will allow you in 15 minutes early, meaning you can get there at 5:45. I may or may not get there. I probably really won't pop in until about 5:55 or 5:56 most days, but I would like you to be there on time, okay? So then again, according to your class schedule, you're in class from 6 p.m. until 9:20 p.m. The last hour I'm calling an office hour session, and the office hour session is optional. So if you don't want to be here after 8:20, you're welcome to leave. Okay, you're welcome to leave. If you have specific course questions, or after 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 or 14 weeks, if you have questions that you want to ask your professor face to face, then you can pop in to the optional office hours link at the same link in Blackboard that gets you to Collaborate Ultra, okay? And I'm going to show some of these things now. This is just a class overview. So this class is CGS2108. And what this class is all about is basically it's advanced desktop applications. So you must have taken CGS1060 to get into this class, okay? Or you must have taken the test out option to pass CGS1060 before you can get into this class. We're going to be covering the same topics basically that we covered in CGS1060, but you'll go into more detail, more advanced chapters. As an example, now we're on though, this is a North Campus class. I do not teach with the My Lab IT platform from Pearson. I use Cengage MindTap at the Homestead campus, which is where I teach. I'm a Homestead campus, and I'm a senior associate professor at Homestead. So I'm the lead faculty for NTech at that particular campus. And I teach, when I teach for MDC Live, MDC Online, I use the McGraw-Hill SimNet platform. Okay, so I use Cengage MindTap when I'm teaching any of my classes at Homestead. These include COP 1334 if I'm teaching C++, which I teach 2 times every fall. And I teach them, by the way, now with MDC Live. So those of you that like this class, if you're still around next fall, you can look for Professor Maloney for COP 1334 because they'll be MDC Live again, in all likelihood anyway. And I'm fairly popular, so my classes get picked, you know, relatively quickly. So anyway, when I teach A+ hardware, I use Cengage MindTap. If I teach A+ operating systems, I use MindTap. If I teach Cloud Essentials, which you see I'm wearing my AWS, I don't even know what it says anymore, accredited educator. I'm certified as both a solutions architect associate and also cloud practitioner with AWS. By the way, I'm also certified from IBM with 2 digital certifications in artificial intelligence. And I also, in the past year, got my Google IT automation with Python professional certificate. So I've got all of those certificates, by the way, or certifications in the past 2 years. Now you look at me. Yeah, that's not gray here, that's white. Here it's sort of gray and a little tiny bit of brown, but basically, well, involved, but primarily gray. I'm an older man. So I hope by me saying that challenges those of you that know you can do it, but sometimes don't have enough motivation to do it. Do it meaning, take certifications and pass them. I think it's very important for everybody that's majoring in any of the technology programs, whether it's cloud computing, whether it's data analytics, whether it's networking, whether it's programming, whether it's cybersecurity. They're all great platforms. They're all great programs. And I think we have a lot of great faculty at Miami-Dade College. I honestly do. But I also want to tell you, so I've done a lot, right? And that's, again, for an older man. I have 2 sons, and the one is 21 and one is 24. The 24-year-old graduated from UCF with a BS in aerospace engineering last December, meaning December of 2020. And my younger son, the 21-year-old, just graduated, yes, at age 21, and he doesn't turn 22 until next August. But he graduated from UCF as well, and his Bachelor of Science, BS, is in forensic science with a minor in chemistry. Okay, so, and why do I bring that up? Well, I mean, I understand education. I understand young people. My kids are not babies, but they're 21 and 24. They've done tremendously well. I want each one of you to do tremendously well. You have to be self-motivated. You have to be dedicated. You have to have lots of time, or you have to make lots of time for yourself to be successful. I suggest you need a bare minimum of 10 to 15 hours outside of this class every week. So you're in class from 6 to 8:20 anyway on Wednesdays. But for you to do all the work you're going to have to do, and it's going to start a bit slow. The first couple of weeks is just Windows 10. It's basically rehashing the Windows 10 you had from CGS2108. But then it's going to go high, because like when we get to Word, it won't be chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. It'll be chapters 5, 6, 7, 8. It'll be a different book than some of you had with CGS2108, but it doesn't mean anything. The bottom line is higher chapters mean more difficult concepts. But anyway, so you're going to have Word, Excel, Microsoft Access, and PowerPoint. And I want all of you to be successful. I want everyone to make an A in this class. There are no rules. There are no rules in any class by Professor Maloney that the old-fashioned, when I was young, there was a bell curve. It went like this. So it starts kind of low, and then it gets real big in the middle is the bottom line. And the big part in the middle is students making C's. That was considered what you had to do. You had to get everyone in the C category. You'd have a few A's, few B's, few D's, few F's, and a bunch of C's. That's a pile of crap. If every one of you earns an A grade in this class, I promise you, you will get an A grade in this class. But I also promise you this. Unfortunately, unless I do a better job than normal, I consider myself a pretty good professor, but if I do a better job than normal, hopefully I'll get great results. Normally in my classes, I get 2, 3, or 4 failures every term, every class, every term. But there's always a but, and the but's in the good side. I probably get as many A's in my classes as any professor, at least any professor in NTech. Now, I don't know that for a fact, but I do normally have more A students than B, C, D, and F. A is always number 1. And that doesn't mean I'm giving it away, because again, I will have 2 or 3 F's. I'll have 2 or 3 D's. I'll have 2 or 3 C's, and I may only have 2 or 3 B's, but then I may have a dozen A's. Now, of course, this class was only 16 of you in it. It's because I just took the class and I just agreed to take it literally yesterday. Well, the day before. Well, today is the 4th. Tomorrow's the first class day. So when you see this video with me tomorrow night, which is the 5th, then I took this class, or I accepted the offer from Anselm Knights in NTech a couple days back. I did let him know before Christmas that I'd be able to teach the class, but he was then on the break, so he didn't see my email until Monday the 3rd. And but I said I'll do it. You know, I created this class, by the way, for the MDC online program. So I mean, I know my stuff, but I don't know Pearson. I'm not actually a big fan thus far. I don't want to say anything negative now. I just don't teach it, so I need to get used to it and see what it is. I'm certain it's a great platform, just like the others. Anyway, so that's already a lot of stuff, right? So let's not show me anymore. Let's start sharing my screen, and I'll kind of talk about some things. And I'm going to be sharing this with you tomorrow. I mean, again, I'll say tonight, because that's when you're going to see it. All right, so let me get to our class first of all. All right, so here. Oh wait, what happened? No, take me back. What did I just do? Hide that. Get out of that. I guess I didn't save this. Save. Make it safe. Okay, now shut that part down. All right. So here is the. Let me actually go to your view. Okay, enter students preview. All right. So under the home page, that's where I have class announcements. Okay. I actually posted a course announcement, and here it is. It hasn't even refreshed. I sent this as an email to you guys as well, and I'm going to review this tomorrow night as well. I'll say tonight, meaning the 5th anyway. Okay, so read this email very carefully. Okay, there's a lot of stuff on it. All right, but basically, let me just kind of talk about it a bit. So the purpose of this email is to let you know this class is MDC Live. Okay, and then I tell you that MDC Live means you must attend the class each week, but you're attending it remotely. Okay, and it's the same times that correspond to your course schedule. So this class is from 6 to 9:20 p.m. That's what the class is, every Wednesday, 1 day a week. Okay, now I divvy the 3 hours and 20 minutes up this way. I have a 2 hour and 20 minutes required session. Okay, note the keyword required, R-E-Q-U-I-R-E-D. You must attend. If you miss 3 of my required live class sessions, I will most likely drop you. I don't have a definitive I will drop, but I definitely drop more students the first month if they miss a couple class sessions. For sure, the first 6 weeks if they miss a few class sessions. So I am allowed to drop you even if you only miss a couple days. It's my prerogative, but I don't normally do that. But this class is only a once a week class. I was really tempted to say if you miss 2 sessions, which I call 4 because each week is normally 2 days. But anyway, but I'm not going to drop people unless they miss 3 days, unless they miss the first 2 consecutive weeks, in which case that's 2 days, but they're dropped. All right. Anyway, and then the other part of the class is optional. So this one you don't have to be there, but a live office hour session after class ends at 8:20, the very same minute I start my office hour until 9:20. Okay. Now to access these sessions, okay, there's a link. Collaborate Ultra required live class sessions link. Okay, if I click this link, I have to click one more link. Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. I click this link, and then you're going to see, first of all, this room up here is going to say locked. You can't get in there. You will click the required live class session days and times. Okay, but these go from 1/5, meaning January 5, to April 27. So if you click the down arrow, or you just click on this link period, it'll then show all the required sessions. So the one you are clicking on to get to class the 5th is this one, 1/5 to 1/5. Okay, it'll be available at 5:45. I'll be here before 6 anyway. It may only be 5:58 or 5:59, but for sure I'll be here on time. Okay, so that's that one. Then there are the optional live office hour sessions. These are the ones that go from 8:20 to 9:20, and they're, you know, the same days. So right after the required session ends at 8:20, I open up a office hour session. Okay. All right. So that's those. This thing here won't show up tomorrow night. This is the recording. I'm making a recording right now. So that's where you go for Collaborate Ultra. Then you'll see that there are, oh, I haven't made a Professor Maloney's course videos yet. I thought I did. Actually, I did. I just didn't. I'm going to get out of your preview so I can show this now and fix that. So course videos by Professor Maloney. Share the link. Permit guests. Let's see. Make sure that course videos. Down again. Hide link. Deny. I think that should hopefully do it now. Let's verify. No. What the heck? Well, I'll make sure it works by tomorrow. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to have some videos like this video that I'm recording tonight will be in that link in what will be a link in Blackboard by tomorrow night. Okay. All right. So what else do we have? So homepage is where the announcements go. That's the only thing you'll see on this homepage. So more announcements, and it shows that particular announcement. Anytime I post an announcement, I also though send it as an email. So every one of you would have an email for that. The Associate Professor Senior, John J. Maloney. Here's my email that every one of you also got, okay, at 5:35 p.m. And I'm going to unmark that until tomorrow, okay? All right. So now Samantha Gautier just sent me an email. Every time you send me an email, I promise you, you will get a reply before 24 hours. Okay, before 24 hours. I will only commit to that, but I check email 10 times a day, if not 20 times a day. Okay, so I don't answer emails though during class. This is a class time, so I won't be answering that now. It's a class time because I'm making a recording. Okay, I replied to this student. Let's see, he or she, Yaniela. Anyway, so they sent me an email at 1:57. I was in a meeting with Pearson trying to set this class up, but they still got a reply less than 3 hours later, 2.5 hours later. They replied again, and then 4:31, and then 5:13. So about 45 minutes ago, later. Okay, and then this time here, yada yada yada. And then I say the link will be plainly labeled and verified at 5:13. So in other words, I answer all my emails from all students. That's what it's all about. Look, I'm going to show you one actually from last night. This is kind of cool. So let's see. This is, oh wait, Tuesday, right? Tuesday. Where the heck? What's her name? Let me go to my sent. Danielle, I think. Yeah, you see? Okay, so, all right. So here, let's see when this email was sent. 12:18 a.m. today, 12:18. Look when I reply. That's 4:57 a.m. But very surprisingly, the same time, within 20 minutes, she replies. Within 20 minutes, I reply, within 10 minutes. And then 15, 20 minutes later, whatever, and then another few minutes later, that's 2 minutes later. So that's what I do, okay? I mean, I take care of you guys is the point. I answer emails, but do not post to Blackboard. If you go down here and you find a course messages button, I'll remove it because I don't like them, because I'm only in Blackboard when I'm teaching my classes, and I use Blackboard as a tool to allow me to sync from the learning management system platform that I'm using, in this case, Pearson's MyLab IT, okay, to sync grades to come back over here. And by the way, when you're looking for your grades, it's My Grades. Everything will show up based on what you've done. So anytime you're saying, Professor, what's my grade average? It's in your My Grades. And because I don't have any, I can't show you what they are, but let me get out of your preview, the preview again, and go to My Grade Center. This is what basically is what you're going to get. So all these things here, you're going to see a bunch of columns. These are all things that you're going to be doing in this class, okay? The weighted total is what I show as my external grade, and this one is a weighted average of everything. So in this class, I'm going to click on the syllabus in a moment, but basically you're going to see that the exams, so I have an exams average because they're worth 50% of your class grade. So you're taking these exams at my lab IT, but those grades are sent over here, and then my calculations, what I create here, is to get an average of those to show that they're worth 50% of your grade, okay? And then the training average, that's 17%, okay? Your bio post is only 2%. Projects average is 31%. So 2 and 31 is 33. 33 and 17 for training is 50. 50, and then the other 50 for exams average, that's 100. So that's what goes into right here, okay? All right, so let me show you a couple things though first. Again, the schedule. So I have a course syllabus and a tentative schedule of activities, okay? So again, you see they're very clearly marked. So, oh, you know what? Before I get there, I want to do the student start here. So the home page I told you is announcements, okay? Student start here. This is where you come to go to register for My Lab IT, okay? It doesn't matter which of these two you click, but you will, I'll show you my link first. So if I click right here, I go straight to the class, okay? Where everything is set up, okay? So here is the class, all right? This is the class. Now, let's go back now though and go to your view. So let me get out of, let's see, where am I there on that? Getting started, is that where I am? Let's get out of there. Let's get, don't need that. Don't need that. This is, I have a YouTube channel where I put my videos, so this video will also be up there, but I only put them up there for, you know, things that I think are important, you know, just to help you guys out. Anyway, oh, the Zoom meeting is over. That was that one I told you I was on before I came to this class. Zoom, 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 where? Right here. Okay, and I'm going to get out of Pearson sign in and Pearson whatever. All right, so now I'm back here and I'm going to go to your view. And your view, same thing though, students start here. Now if I click this link right here, now you have to accept, okay? You have to accept this lengthy end user license agreement, okay? So if you accept it, okay, I'm not going to click it because I want to do this tomorrow to demonstrate, but you guys will be doing this along with me. But when you accept it, then they're going to offer you a 14-day free trial, okay? Or you can just buy your access code from the North Campus bookstore, which is where it's set up, okay? And I'm going to show you a link I have that brings you there if you want to do that online as well, all right? Okay, so anyway, but these are very important and both go to the same spot, so it doesn't matter, all right? So for now, let me go back over here, course syllabus. So if I click on the syllabus, it'll just open up right here, okay? Wow, let's see. 110%. Why is that? Anyway, it's big, but I don't see my, let's see if I can see my Zoom control down here. I don't see it. Anyway, who cares? You guys are, you know, anytime it's a recording or whatever, it's nice to see it big. So this is your class, okay? Professor Maloney. So I was just telling you the best way to get in touch with me is always email. So my email is jmalone1@mdc.edu, but my last name is Maloney with a Y, okay? I check my MDC email dozens of times every day, 7 days a week. I don't take a day off. Even on Christmas, I check my emails. Even on New Year's, I check my emails. Even when I'm on vacation, I check my emails. Even if I was ever sick, God forbid I never call in sick. But anyway, so email me if you have questions, okay? This is my office phone number, but I'm working remotely. I've been working remotely since the pandemic back in March of 2020. So you send me an email. Don't call my office. If you do call my office, basically I will get that as an email, but I will not call you back. So people normally that call you, they say, well, Professor, will you call me? I say, no, I won't call you, but I will then look you up and then email the person that called me, okay? So that. A CIS department number, this is for the North Campus, because this is a North Campus class. Now, required live class sessions, okay? You are required to attend the live class sessions every Wednesday evening from 6 p.m. to 8:20 p.m. If you look at your course schedule, It shows you're in class from 6 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. All right. So Collaborate Ultra is where you go. There's Collaborate Ultra again right here, right? So Collaborate Ultra. Okay. And then the optional office hour session. Again, I've already said this stuff, but I'd like to let you see it again and again. So optional office hour, the very second the class ends, the optional hour begins. Just if you have questions. If you don't have questions, I'm going to say just go home. Well, go home. You should be home, but work, right? Work on the material you got. And again, email. All right. So it's an advanced level course for major and non-major students. That's fine. I won't read all this. You can read all that. All right. You do need to have taken, as I mentioned, CGS1060. Okay. Learning outcomes you can read. Course competencies you can read. So all these things you can read. Okay. Textbook information. So My Lab IT for Office 2019. Here is your ISBN. You can walk into the North Campus bookstore if you use financial aid and buy it from them directly. Okay, and that's what you should do if you have financial aid. All right. This thing here, this link here, again, I created. This one brings us to the MDC North Campus bookstore. So you can just click the link. Okay. So if you click that link, it's going to bring you there. I also have this link, by the way, in the syllabus. Actually, you know what? This is in PDF, and I'm in my student preview. It won't work. Nothing works in the student preview. So let me open up my Word document version of that. So it says textbook information page. Let me go over here. Let me go in here. Let's see. That's my PDF, not scheduled activities. And this is my syllabus. And this is my syllabus. It's the same document. You see here, it's just created a few hours ago. All right, so let's open this one. And here, go to the same spot, just underneath the competencies. And here's my textbook information page. All right, so control click, and it will open the link up. So you do it by my my Word document. All right. So here it is anyway. This is the North Campus, CGS2108. The reference number is 12929. Professor Maloney. Okay. Don't look at any of their stuff. So they're saying this book is going to cost you more. Oh, this has already been updated, but they haven't put it in play yet. I think they told me it's $99.45 or $55. So it's probably that price up there, but it is Office 2019. Okay. So if you do that, you can then buy it from the bookstore if you want to. But if you use financial aid, please go to this the place in person, or just go ahead and do whatever in person this way. Okay. I mean, meaning online if they take your financial aid only. And since it's the bookstore, meaning bookstore.com, Miami-Dade North Store. So this is Miami-Dade College. Okay. Even though it's run by a company called eFollett or Follett. I don't even know what they're called. Anyway, all right, so that, okay. So that's course syllabus. And then at the end of course syllabus, I'm telling you more or less what we're going to be doing. So module 1 is just, it's really like a refresher on Windows 10, just to get us going nice and slow. Module 2 is Word 2019, but you notice in your first class, whether you knew it or not, you were doing either chapters 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, and 4, depending on the professor and depending on the college, the class, the campus. I teach from 1 through 4. So Word, I'm now doing 5 to 8, which is the last chapter. Excel, 5 to 8. They actually have 9 chapters, but I can only do 4 chapters. It's a lot of content. Access, they only have 7 chapters, but what frustrates me about Access is that students don't seem to get it, and perhaps it's the way it's taught in CGS 1060. I know in my classes, I do live demos, I do videos on it, but maybe that doesn't help students either, but whatever it is, it is. But anyway, I start at chapter 1, but I go all the way to chapter 6, because if I start at chapter 3 or 4, most of you are going to be totally lost. And because there are no projects done in Access, then I do have a bit more time. So even though it may look like a lot of content, but there's no projects. And projects I'll talk about during class. I'll be making a video recording on a project too. But anyway, just for now, take it as that. And then PowerPoint, they only have 6 chapters. So I do 4, 5, and 6, which in my class, 4 would have been in the first class. It's a different author though here, but it's probably pretty consistent to what I used to teach. But anyway, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so that's what you're doing. And again, I'm talking about Collaborate Ultra stuff here. And here, this is where, you know, if you click this link, it's the same to bring you over to the class, but you need to be registered for it to go there, okay? And then the same with all these others, okay? But I'm saying that what's going on here, basically, this is my syllabus. Yeah, syllabus. So it's just telling you what we're going to be doing. You do have a discussion board that you must post, and I'm going to show that in this video here. Here I talk about if you don't do your work on time, there's 20% penalties. Here is my grading criteria. The discussion board, you get 2%. The lessons, which are training things, that's 17%. Projects, which are the more difficult, there where you download a start file, you download an instructions file, you may download a resource file, and then you base the start file on what the instructions tell you to do. But these you work on your own computer, the Pearson MyLab IT projects, okay? Everything else you're, well, not the BioPost, but the lessons, the exams, you're doing at the MyLab IT site. But the MyLab IT projects are still done on their, not done, but they're uploaded to their site and downloaded from their site. So it's still all Pearson MyLab IT. So 98% of your grade, you know, right there, 50, 81, and 17 is 98, is at the Pearson site, okay? All right. So that's that. That's the syllabus. Now, schedule of activities, okay? Schedule of activities, I also just have open up here, okay? And it shows you basically what we're going to be doing, more or less how long you get to do things. And again, these links here, if I wasn't in my preview, it would open. You might copy them and paste them in another like in a browser directly and do it. But otherwise, you can save the document as a Word document from PDF, and then you can just control click the links to make them work. Okay, but you can read all these things here. This is the schedule of activities. So I just want to focus on the first couple things. All right. So week 1 basically is January the 5th. The rest of the days are you're at home because it's only one class day. So it's just an introduction. I'm going to do the same review tomorrow night in class that I'm doing right now. Overview of the class. Talk about your meet your classmates, which is your bio post, and then talk about Windows 10 training. Okay. And then after that, from the 12th to the 18th, which is next Wednesday in class, it's the last week to do any Windows 10, okay? And again, that's during class. And then the beginning of the next class, because it's only a 1-day-a-week class, so it's hard to, I make you take your exams during class. And that way I can sort of observe, even though I don't have a video on you, but I know I'm in the Pearson MyLab IT site, so I'll know when you're on the exam. I know what, you know, if you're clicking, if you're doing things, or if you're just sitting there. So they have to be done in class. And I tell you when, like the first exam is Windows 10 exam. It's going to be at the MyLab IT site, and it's going to be at the beginning of class on January 19th. Now, I may change that to the end of class, but I'm not sure. But I like the idea of getting it done and then moving on, because we can't spend 2 hours and 20 minutes on this. You'll get 70 minutes for it. And then I want the rest of class. So it's 2 hours and 20 minutes. So there's basically another 70 minutes left. And I want that to start talking about Word, demonstrating some stuff in Word, okay? And again, then you're going to be working on the Word chapters 5 through 8 for weeks 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you take the exam the very first day of the next session, which starts the Excel work. So you take your Word exam, then you're doing Excel for 4 weeks. Then you come in the next week and you take your Excel exam. Then you start Microsoft Access. This one you get for about 3 weeks. And then PowerPoint the same way. You get about 3 weeks. Okay? So that's basically what you've got in schedule of activities. And that, so now I'm going to go to the discussion forums, and then I'm going to wrap this thing up. Okay? So you can't go in here until you create a post. So you'd have to click bio post and create a post before you can see mine. So I'm going to get you out of the preview. Oh, but you can read here what you got to do. So post your required 2-paragraph bio. Each paragraph must have 4 to 6 sentences. So that means you're giving me 8 to 12 sentences. It's due January the 11th, which is the last day of week 1. Starts the 5th, ends the 11th. Okay. Include your name, your major, what campus you attend, what you like to do, what you see yourself doing in 5 years. Where you see yourself living in 5 years. I'm Canadian. Most of you have not picked up on that yet, I'm sure. I've lived down here a long time, but I am a Canadian, a very proud Canadian. I'm the the biggest Toronto Raptors fan in the world, the biggest Toronto Maple Leafs fan in the world, the biggest Team Canada fan for every hockey event in the world. And Canada, thank God, wins a lot of those things. And the Raptors won the NBA championship, as we all know, 2 years ago. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. And then this one down here is just course questions and answers from you guys to you guys. So if you're struggling on something like with Word, you say, you know, I can't get this darn table of contents to fit, or I can't get this picture formatted correctly. Can anyone help me? Now, no one may ever even look at these, but I do encourage you to, right? It's an ungraded form. It's just for you guys. It's not for me. Okay, it's for you guys, and it's right here in the discussion boards. So now I'm going to get out of the preview, though, so I can show you my post. Remember, you have to then click it to create a post. So discussion forums. Okay. Now click it. All right, bio post. Okay. Professor Maloney's bio. And I click it. Oh, I didn't want you to see my family. Okay. So welcome to this. Welcome to the CGS. Oh, are you kidding me? I copied that. Oh, let's just get out of there right away and fix that. Oh my God. Well, I'll just show you the family then. Okay. So this is blah, blah, blah. So this is me. This is my beautiful wife, Eva. We've been married 25 years. This is Jared. Jared's 24. He graduated. This was December of 2020. So he was 23 here at that point. But now he had turned 23 that day, literally. December 17th was graduation. So he was 22. But in any event, he graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Engineering at UCF. And this was December 2021. Now this one, even though it's a bit blurry too, I think my wife's mother took this picture. It's a slight bit blurry, but anyway, this is my son, Caleb. Caleb's 21, as in 21. He just turned 21 in August 19th. And so he won't be 22 for a long time, but he just got his Bachelor of Science in Forensic Science with a minor in chemistry at the same school, UCF, but this time the graduation was up there at UCF. Last year, because of the pandemic, they didn't do things on campus. This one they did. All right. So that's basically what you do. All right. You create your post. Then once you've created your post, okay, then you can go back in and you'll see the other people's posts. Even if you're only the second one, like behind me, to make your post, you still must go back in the next day or a couple hours later or whatever and reply to at least one other student to be able to get 100 on your post. You must include a picture, 2 paragraphs, and a reply to at least one other student's post to get your 100. And this is worth 2% of your class grade. Okay. All right. So I think that's, and here's your my grades. So when you have, I think I already showed this actually, when you have grades, then they'll come here, but you can look at the upcoming, the submitted, the whatever. So upcoming, you see there's quite a bit of stuff. And everything that's already got due dates is here. So you know there's quite a bit of stuff coming up, right? Okay, so that should take care of this overview. So you guys, I'll be talking with you on the 5th. Have a great day, all right? So let me stop our recording.